Welcome back to a belated goo bouncing, the latter half of the levels. We have had issues, that is why this is coming so long after the first one, and I apologize. But the lack of sleep... Ooh, hit my glasses on my microphone. The lack of sleep continues, and it was our 1-year anniversary, so like the weekend was spent doing anniversary stuff. And also my girlfriend, my fiance, is Middle Eastern in heritage, and so there's been a lot of Trump issues to deal with the past couple days as well. So I have not been able to get around to this until tonight. So you can see I've beaten it. I have not perfected the latter half of the levels yet. I've gotten most of them 3 stars, but there's still a couple that elude me. So we went through level 10, so let's start at level 11, and let's pray that I can remember how to do this. Also, man, I am noticing... that was the wrong thing to do. I am noticing quite a slowdown in the movement of the goo compared to when I play the game without it. Bink. Okay. One more, and then that'll be the end of it. So, let's hope that... Yeah, 3 stars. So, there was some argument... I don't know if argument's the right word. Over what it takes to get 3 stars. Is it just the time, because it shows you the time, or is the number of goos you use included as well? I can tell you from playing some of the levels that you can use... there is a goo limit. You can get to the end of the goos, and it basically says, you're out of goo, and that's the end of the level, and you got to restart it. But I don't know if you could just, mash the button... and then still solve the level using a bunch of goos and also get 3 stars. I haven't tried that. Whee! Okay, I know what this one is. So you put that here, and then he goes whee, and then misses the spikes. You're supposed to hit the key on the way down, buddy. Okay, so right there, right? That's perfect, right? Yeah, there you go. Perfecto Prep. Perfecto Prep was the name of the rival school to Acme University in the Tiny Toon Adventures cartoon series. Ah, yes, this level. So, let's just show you what happens. If you use the pink one, bonk, you're going to kill yourself. So what you have to do is put that down so that you skip the pink one, and then just use the nice little short hop green ones. 7 seconds, 3 stars. This one, let me try and think what needs to be happening here. Okay, so I think what we need to do here is you skip the pink. Nope, not quite skipping it there. Nope, not quite skipping it there. Let's try a little bit close. That's probably too close. Yep, too close, a little too close. Ah, there. This is the famous Dead Sea Tupperware. Listen. Ah, still good. No, wait, don't go. Okay, so there you go. You get your green hops. So the last level, I like this. The last level taught you to get your green hops on. And then, boink, boink. You just do that, and then the level plays itself. Ooh, you kind of struggled a little bit there. You're like, right on the edge, you just hurl yourself up. Crud muffins. What is this one? Okay, so you definitely... Okay, that was a delayed action click. I did click to the button, and it decided to just run him off the edge. Okay, so hit there, and there's that. And I think, and I'm hoping and praying that this lands him in there, right? No. Okay, so this is the weird one. You got to do this. Pop this up, get a pink one there. Oop, no. Okay, so what we need to do, hit this, pop this one up, get a pink one there, and then place a green one earlier so that it goes down, hits this, boom, and then it's going to be green, so now it's going to get the short hop to get the key. Dink. And then... Nope, that was not the right way. Alright, I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. So we do the same thing as last time, but then when he hops down, you leave another... I hit the button the wrong time. I am awful at this moment right now. I have a tremendous headache, and I've had a headache since like last night. It's insane. That is not what we want to do. I'm not even paying attention to the game anymore. Yeah, I've had a really bad headache since the night before, and I've taken ibuprofen and stuff, and it really hasn't gone away. Good, there we go. Pop that over. Click. All right, so then the next time, not this guy because he's going to grab the key. The next time we have to put a green one here You jerk, you hopped the edge? That's not allowed. Nobody said you could do that. Put one there. Poink. And poink. There we go. He might hop too far again with that placement. Everything in this game, so there we go. Okay, so now he's going to pop over, and then we just put it right there. And so now the next one's going to pop down right into the doorway. Boink. Perfect. Yeah, so I've been taking ibuprofen and whatnot, and I've still just had headache. It seems very sinus-related because it's in my forehead, and when I lean forward, the headache gets worse. So that seems indicative of a kind of sinus pressure headache. And I have had some really bad allergies. Bunk. Dang it. That's not what we want. Okay, so what we need to do here, you need to go down here to get the key. Dunk. And then what did we do? Ah, yes, I remember. Okay. So you go down here to get the key. So he'll grab the key. And then the next one, you need to... That's not what I want. All right, go down here to get the key. That's not what I want to do. I don't remember how I solved this one. Oh, I wonder if it's... No, that was definitely not it. I thought there was a way that I jumped over the top of this one. So I placed a green, hit the green, grabbed the blue while jumping over this one, and then placed it here, and then that's what happened. Okay, so let's try that. Dunk. Dunk. Nope, see, he's touching it. That's the main issue. Okay. So then there. Boing. Okay, he needs to touch the blue. The second guy needs to touch the blue. So just like that. That's the guy who can't touch the blue. The first guy cannot touch the blue. So you have to get him. Okay, so that's too far. So boink. He'll grab the key. There we go. Green, and yes, he did turn blue. And that's perfect. And then you just let go of the controller. And he gets it. Okay, so that one was a 2-star. I think I didn't do it quite as efficiently as I did in the past, but I've gotten a 3-star on that level. Because if you look, this is level 17, which, by the way, is the worst level in the game. I hate level 17. No, I haven't gotten a 3-star on 16. So there might be a way to do 16 more efficiently. 17 took me forever to figure out. Alright, so there's that. Then pop. Pop goes the weasel. That was not the way that I did that. Okay, so we want to do that. Go through and grab the key. And we want to hop over. And then... That's right, now we need to hop over. Okay, how do we do this? Alright, I think one goes there. Grab the key. And then we need to hop over for the pink one. And then we need to hop over. And we need to get the blue one next. Grab the key. And we need a pink one. Nope. Not at all what we want to do. Blue one. Perfect. Grab the key. Hop over and grab the pink one. Hop over. And grab the blue one. There we go. That's what we want to do. Alright, so that's a 2-star one. You can see where there's a little bit more room to do that more efficiently. But that's essentially what we want to do. 17 also, I think, is not the level that was so awful. Might be 18, the next one. So, yeah. Pop over, grab the key, pop over, pink one, and then you got to double pop over to make sure you're blue to go through like that. If we go back to the menu and look at 18, yeah, 18 is the 1-star level. This is the awful level. I hate this level. It took me so long to figure out the trick to this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little bridge here. Now, here's the first trick. What normally happens is, I'm going to pause it here. If you have to basically click right after you pop up off of this pink one. Because what happens is if you hit here and you hit here and then you go up and then click later, like you click like you're about to hit the wall and click to stick it, you won't hit the side of the wall to bounce back to the right. You'll hit the bottom and bounce yourself down and kill you. And it took me a while because every so often I could get it to stick on the side of the wall, but 9 times out of 10 it was on the bottom, and I figured I've been pretty consistent about it. You bounce, 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 and immediately click, and he'll stick to the side instead of the bottom. Can't guarantee it'll work that way, but that's what I've pretty much found. Okay, so now, continuing, we bounce over like that, stick onto this one, bounce again, stick onto this one. Now, I wish these giant buttons didn't get in the way, but what you're going to find here is, well, we'll continue one more. So you jump up here, bounce, 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 bounce. Okay, so here you go. So we put the one right here. What it's going to do is bounce you up to grab the key. The problem is the pink one bounces you higher. So what happens is you hit the top and then you kind of slide along the top a little bit and then you fall into these spikes. And so for a long time, and this is because I'm stupid, I thought you had to get a green up there. So I was trying to find a way to place a green on this platform that would kind of pop it over and land here. But this wall is just low enough that you can't get there. And so I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out, and then I figured out the way you do it. So you click, you bounce up, bounce up, bounce up, get the key. I clicked the mouse, but it didn't go fast enough. You stick the next pink one to the top, and so you bounce, bounce, and then go straight down, and that's how you get the key. All right, so boom, there you go. So like I said, you click kind of pretty much right as you bounce off of that one, and you'll stick to the side instead of the bottom. You can see how close it is all the time. I've tried positioning all of these in different, slightly different spots, but it's always been kind of like right on the edge, hanging halfway off. I've never been able to get it a little more consistent than that. There we go. This should work. Even if it bounces me down here, I don't think it'll, yeah. So one there, and then we'll put one more right here, and then that should bounce us into the door, and the level will have played itself. Now, if I get, I think I got 1 star on this. I'm wondering if there's like a more efficient way to do this that I just haven't figured out. Yeah, see, it's taking me forever. I don't know of a more efficient way to do it. There may very well be one. I just don't know what it is. Because I'm not sure where else you can go. You have to get this key, and then, like, I don't think you put a pink one here and bounce all the way up to the top, such that you would kind of fall off. And even if you did fall off, are you going to touch the door? I don't know. Okay, this is a pain in my butt. How did this one work? You come down here. No, okay, so this one has to be earlier. Boom. So come down, grab the pink one, and then you bounce up and get the key. And then, what did I need to do? Okay. This is one of the later ones, and after all the mental effort I spent on the other one, it was a pain in the butt trying to figure out what to do with this one. Okay, so then, boing, boink. Now let's hope that this bounces back up into the blue one. Ah, just missed it. Okay, so we need to try that again. Doink. The main key here is you have to wait for this pink one to slide down the side in order to get... in order to clear this spike, because otherwise you just bounce right into the spike. Yeah, there we go. You go right back up through that first one. The first couple times I played this level, the one that I bounced off here, it would come up and it looks like it would have hit this, but it just barely touches. And so I wondered if there was, like, if the height was just too low to get back in. And I played around with it quite a bit, and then finally got in there. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to mute my microphone. Had to sit there and stare at the screen in silence, other than game audio. My nose is running. Okay, so here's the last level. So go ahead and boink. This one actually, I mean, this is not the most complicated level to me. I don't have all the stars in it, so, you know, it may very well be a bit more complicated than I give it credit for. Okay, so then that grabs the key, and then the last one, in order to avoid that... No, that's not where you go! Nope, okay. If I remember correctly, I'm about to sneeze. You place another one here, so that instead of bouncing over and then bouncing up here, it bounces over, bounces off this, and falls back down and walks over. So that's what we're going to try here. And I'm going to try to avoid sneezing, because I really, really need to sneeze. And I'm sorry if I keep sniffling into the microphone. It is not my... Oh, no, that might not catch the key. You have to be so precise. Oh, good. We did get the key. All right, so then bounce, bounce. There we go. That should do it. Hit that. No, it didn't jump over the other one. So let's try again. Point. So I guess we have to place it a little bit further over to avoid doing what we just saw. Okay, that might work. I'm testing the position of this one. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, that will work. Although we didn't grab the key yet. It didn't work. Interessante. Oh, that... How is it doing it inconsistently like that? What is going on here? What's going on here? I don't belong here. That song came out when I moved to New York City, and I'm like, it's correct. I do not know what is going on here, and I also feel like I do not belong here. Because I was not very fond of living in New York City. Ooh, that's a bit tricky there. That may very well cost me the game, as they say. Especially because when it's bouncing off here, it's got some air underneath it, and I don't want it to have air underneath it. Yeah, see, that seems too far over. It feels like it's going to go, yep, right up top. There might be a way to do it up there, but I don't think so. We're not going to get any... Yeah, we're not getting any pink off of that. There we go. Boink. Nope. Try that again. There we go. I think part of the key is making sure that the first one stays green. Not that it's really, quote-unquote, a key, but it does leave one to wonder if the positioning is dependent on whether that first one is green or pink. I do kind of wish that this game had like a fast forward button so that you can get to the part where you would need to be... that looks like it's going to bounce him right into the other one. No, it did it! Yay! There we go. And out. 3 stars! Last time I got 2 stars, so that's actually better. But yeah, when you place the slimes, I kind of wish there was a way to like fast forward to where you need to place a slime, because it's such a pain watching it go and go and go and go, and then if you accidentally click it in the wrong spot, you have to start the whole level over again, even though you know where the first 6 slimes go. The game, in that sense, there's a puzzle-solving aspect, which is figuring out where do all the slimes need to go. And if you wanted to make this a pure puzzle game, you wouldn't force the player to click for the slimes. You would actually just have them place what slimes they want in what position, and then let it run and see if it solves the puzzle. This game, because it makes you click, forces an element of actual skill, like, you know, dexterity and skill and timing into it. And it's just a pain in the butt that you have to place the same pieces over and over again, just due to, like, for example, for me, I have no dexterity and no timing, and so I end up having to put them down over and over and over. All right, time for credits. Thanks for playing. Developer, https://fancyhat.itch.io, which normally you would say the person's name, not just the website. Assets from opengameart.org. Graphics, animated, slime by Calcium Trice. UI by Tokyo Geisha. Sounds, A Journey Awaits by Pierre Bondorfer. Jumping by DK Lawn or Declon. Victory by Remaxim. Key by www.rustlimited.com. Color Vial by Brandon Morris. And Out of Goo by Carlos Pazuzu. We may very well have read some of those credits at the beginning. I honestly can't remember. Aw, little dude squirting out his goo. Sweet. So yeah, that is Goo Bouncing. There are no Newgrounds medals tied to this game. So there is really no point to getting all the stars, I guess, unless something happens. But yeah, if anybody figures out how to do 16, 17, or 18 more efficiently, such that you don't get, such that you can get 3 stars, I would be all for it. Until next time, bye-bye.